Okay, there we go, everybody. Welcome to. Can I get a drum roll, please?
I don't know if you can hear this.
Oh God! Oh, the audio's peaking.
Sorry.
Welcome to our exposition session for Pinehurst Academy freshman year. Woo! How's everybody feeling today? You know, we finally got started properly.
Good, great.
Great.
Okay, that's great. So we're going to start off with some very brief intros, just explaining who we are, what we're looking forward to, how long we've been in this TTRPG space playing City of Mist, etc. I'll start. My name is Maya. That is how you pronounce it. I'm looking forward to like some really interesting stories between all these group of people right here. Maybe even have someone come in as a guest NPC and have some fun with that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to like what we create together and see what interesting people we'll meet and mysteries we'll uncover and all that good stuff. I have only been in the TTRPG space since last year in March, but I've been obsessed with it. So that means, you know, when you're obsessed with it, you have like brain rot, like TTRPG brain rot. It ages you like. It puts you like actually 5 years in it. No, I'm kidding. But but my mind is just thinking about it all the time. My whole YouTube like page is just full of just a whole bunch of TTRPG stuff at this point. I started off with D&D, and then I found out that I like less combat and more character roleplay side of things. So I started looking into other TTRPGs, and I was like, there's got to be something else. And then I found a whole bunch of different systems. I've tried a lot, but City of Mist is my favorite so far, and I'm looking forward to trying out Legend in the Mist, which is their like fantasy version. So as soon as that comes out, you guys, I'm not saying we're gonna stop this campaign, but I'm just saying it looks really fun. But yeah, so City of Mist is really great. I really love it. Yeah, that's me. Let's start with you, Meg, and I'll just go with who I see. You know.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm Meg. I've been playing TTRPG since like November, because I put in about 400 hours into BG3. My boyfriend got sick of it, and he bought me some dice, and he was like, "Go to the local game shop and start playing it in real life, please. I'm sick of hearing about this game." So I did that, and then I joined in on one of my year's campaigns, and I've basically just been hounding her ever since to just keep joining her games.
Now she's dead in one of my games.
And now I'm dead in one of my games. But yeah, no, I'm not been playing very long, but literally as soon as I started, I was very, 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 very in deep. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to. I've been playing City of Mist. I've done a mini campaign.
Yeah.
With Arcturus and Maya, and yeah, fell in love with that system too. So yeah, I'm quite excited to kind of like I say start fresh, sort of like knowing the system better, going in and making a character and like starting fresh, but like with that experience. I'm quite excited for that. And yeah,
That's awesome.
That's me.
Okay, and Brayden?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, my name is Brayden. I've been in the TTRPG space for probably 10 years now. And yeah, I'm in it. Started probably 26 now, 16. Yeah.
Oh.
Started with 5e D&D, as I feel like a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
Did that for a while. Been in a lot of campaigns, GM'd a lot. And then really just wanted something different. Kind of rounded out to City of Mist and really like the cinematic role-playing nature of it all. So deep dive that, and yeah, I've been playing City of Mist for that's like 3 years or so.
Cool.
Yeah, MC'd throughout my time, and also been in some cool campaigns, and yeah, I love role-playing, love building a character, getting into it. So yeah, excited to build a story with everyone.
Okay. Cool. I'm glad that there's another like experienced player in here. It'll help out the people who are a little bit newer. Yeah, I love that. And Arcturus.
Hi, I'm Arcturus. I've played tabletop RPGs for about 6 years now, ranging from D&D to like Call of Cthulhu. But City of Mist is always my favorite, just because there's so much you can do, and then the theme books are so fun. What I'm looking forward to with this campaign is the setting and interacting with everybody, and just the hijinks that'll ensue.
Oh yeah.
It sounds so much fun, so super excited.
Oh yeah, hijinks for sure. And Oracle, aka Lauren, aka no, I'm kidding.
AKA. Well, my old name for many years was Dova, so.
Oh, okay.
I still have people that call me Dova, but yeah, normally Oracle or Lauren, either one's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been playing TTRPGs for close to a decade. I think it'll be 10 years in September. So I started my freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
So it's like a full circle moment that I'm starting this campaign on like my 10-year anniversary, and it's taking place in high school. But yeah, started with D&D and pretty much only played D&D for many years. And then during COVID, I picked up a Masks campaign, which I love because I love superheroes.
Yep.
Specifically Spider-Man. So I'm actively wearing Spider-Man pants right now.
Prove it. That's all I gotta say.
This is my Spider-Man pants, folks. My phone case is Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh.
That probably would have been better than the pants.
Well, you said pants first.
2020.
Did you how do you like Spider-Man Far From Home?
Oh yeah.
They're not my favorite. In all honesty, like the newer Spider-Mans are not my favorite.
I'm telling Tom Holland.
Okay.
I do really like the movies. However, I am a big comic book nerd, so I read a lot of the comics.
Fair.
Like technically, it doesn't come out of his body. He grows stuff himself.
Do you want to know my specific favorite run? It is the early 2000s Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider comic run.
Okay. She went deep in it. I wasn't ready.
That is my favorite story arc in version of Spider-Man. But anyways.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so played Masks. Have recently, like within the last year, played Kids on Brooms a few times.
Oh. Nice.
And then I was wanting to try out a new system, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to try it, and ended up here. And so it's very exciting. This is going to be my first time. Well, I mean, except for the one shot. This is like my first time like really playing in City of Mist, and I'm super excited because it's from what I've read of the handbook, it's like really up my alley on what I absolutely adore about Masks and why I felt so drawn to the Masks stories and the way that plays out. So very excited.
Okay. I think you'll find. I think even in the one shot, you could see some similarities because of Powered by the Apocalypse, mechanics and things like that. So I think you'll catch on really quickly. I think it's really great that we have a lot of people, even if it's not City of Mist, just TTRPG experience in general, because I think it helps just streamline the game a bit, makes smooths out some rough edges that newer players bring, and it's not a bad thing. It's just like experience, all that good stuff. But so where we're going to start off is character creation, of course. So a quick little note: there is a thing called the Awakening type mechanic in City of Mist. So that is what everybody's going to be starting off and playing through. So a quick explanation for that. So characters are usually already riffs or touched. Touched meaning you have at least one Mythos theme book card, having some control of their Mythos powers already. But alternatively, you can create characters in the early stages of discovering those powers, and I thought that would be interesting to explore as like 13, 14, 15-year-olds, like in freshman year. So that's what you're playing, is through the Awakening. At least that's what the first few sessions are. So it's like having an entire crew of like these newly awakened riffs, like, oh, this just came over, I'm still new, I don't know how these powers work exactly. And that can lead to some other story points where maybe there's like a secret society at the school with riffs who are also new, or like some of the professors, like they notice something different about you and they're like, okay, they take you under their wing or something. Or you can be like, that kid in Harry Potter who's like always burning himself, like burning his eyebrows off. I forgot his name. Seamus, right? Yeah. So everybody will start off with one nascent mythos theme, and that is it represents a new aspect in your character's life that's now emerging. And so we'll have 3 logos theme cards and 1 mythos theme. And that mythos, like I said, is starting off as a nascent with just 1 power tag. And usually you have 3 power tags, but because you're just growing into this, you start off with just 1. And it's like it's typically people who are kind of unaware of the mist, their mythos powers, that nature. So you guys are all kind of like novices in this Rift world. So the power tag can. Oh, this is also what you guys can do if you want. It can remain. That power tag can remain unknown until it fully reveals themselves in the story. So maybe you don't even know what's going to reveal itself, and then you keep playing. You're like, oh, I feel like. Maybe you have like 3 legend myth ideas, and you're like, I'm not sure which one to pick. And you're like, oh, okay, I would actually like to play this out in game, and then my character is leaning more towards Hecate or Zeus or Nike, something like that. But you can totally pick beforehand. But that is an alternate option, which could be fun as well. So it still has the rules. The rules are a little bit different, actually. And I will explain that in game a little bit more so that we can experience it. But you have 1 new power tag as you mark your first attention. The way that, anyway, it's a lot of mechanics talk, but I'll get into it when we actually start the game. But nascent themes, you get power tag a little bit faster than regular theme cards, so you won't just be with 1 power tag forever for a long time. But yeah, so you'll have this new nascent theme. You'll describe to us this rise of the new aspect in your life to everyone at the table. And it could be dramatic and surprising, or it could be casual and offhanded, like it happened, like, I was sleeping and then I woke up and then I could do this. Or it could be like, I don't want to make it super tragic, but some car crash, or something happened and it's just like awoken. I don't know. English grammar.
One of those.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It pops up in you. But another thing is everyone will have a routine logos theme card, and that's just to represent your academy high school life. That usually that routine theme card goes to like what you do in your daily life. And since you guys are going to be attending the academy daily, a routine theme card is something that everybody will have, but the other 3 you guys can pick yourselves.
Cool.
Last thing, I would recommend everybody make sure your characters are still well-rounded in some way. I've learned over the time like playing this game, if you stick to one niche like super hard, and then one person leaves and you're like, well, I'm not a talker at all, so I don't know how we're going to convince this person because I'm just not charismatic at all or anything like that. Or this person's like only the fighter, this person's only the smart one. So just make it a little bit more well-rounded. So you can have your primary niche, of course, where everybody wants to fit in, but not too hyper-focused in one area to the point where like the group is like a leg is cut off and one person can't make it, just in case.
Yeah,
don't want the party to be completely broken. So we're going to start off with Brayden, your character.
Cool.
And I got some questions for you, okay? It's kind of like you're coming to the counselor's office. You're sitting down, and we're starting with yours. Do you have a name for your character?
Yeah, Miles Lee.
Miles Lee.
Kind of the joint. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any ideas for his mythos?
Yeah, I was thinking something like so I kind of mentioned like Rajan, which would be like the agent god of lightning kind of mythos. I was also thinking something along the lines of like Poseidon, which would be more like water, sea sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there was Apollo, which would be more like sun god type joint.
Apollo. So you got Apollo. Who's the one that told me Nike? Someone said Nike.
That would be me.
Oh, okay. So you got Raijin, Apollo, and who was the other idea?
Apollo and Poseidon.
Poseidon? Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. And you said he was good at sports, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Water polo?
Water polo.
The most extreme of the water sports.
You know they got water polo here.
Polo.
It's a rich people school. Of course they got water polo.
Yeah, logos. Everybody's logos is kind of the same. It's kind of like high school student. That's the logos is your like mundane part of yourself. So that part is all. How old is Miles?
I think, well, because like grade 9, right? So I'm thinking
Yeah.
like probably 14, 15-ish.
Okay. 14 sounds good. I think you could be anywhere from like 13 to 15. 15 if you like got held back. I was 13 turning 14, so you know it's kind of like that type of deal.
For sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us a little bit. I mean, you already sent in that form that really fleshed out the background. But give us like a brief background, general outline of this character. Like, where did you come from? Yeah.
100%. Briefly, Miles was kind of following in his brother's footsteps. Brother kind of got into some kind of shady, bad crowd, right? Kind of hanging around with the wrong people. His family's like lower middle class, definitely wouldn't be able to afford without the scholarship, and pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, so quick question. I'll write this down. Is Miles a disc?
Disco. He'd be a disco for sure.
Okay, and for everybody, a disco is a discount student, and that's what they're called at the academy, which is students who take on the scholarship in order to get into the school. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And so he kind of like he looked up to his older brother, right? So he kind of like followed in that footsteps a little bit. Kind of like one day he had got into a fight, either like defending his older brother or something along those lines. And his parents just got worried, kind of for his well-being and everything else. They applied for the scholarship for him, and just kind of like with his academics and he's smart, right? He's smarter than what his brother would be, and he got in on the scholarship, and not wanting to like worry his family, and kind of go down a better path. He is gonna give Pinehurst a shot, and kind of walk the straight and narrow if he can.
Now, is he from the city, and like they drove him to Pinehurst, or is he from Riverside Grove, like the city where the school's actually at?
I want to say Riverside Grove, just so the brother could be nearby. I feel like that'd be interesting.
Okay. I like that. And then so just specifically for your family, we have the brother. Anything about parents?
Parents. They would be like lower middle class. So maybe dad works construction, mom's like a nurse, right? And and like they do their best to get by and provide, and they do, but they see that Miles could probably do a lot more with kind of what he has. So
that's gonna be interesting because your brother, he's older, right?
Yeah, exactly.
By how much?
A couple of years. So if I'm 14, he'd probably be like 16.
So 16 years old, he's still discovering himself, and if he feels like your parents are kind of favoring you, they send you to school, and he's at the crappy freaking American style public school. Oh man,
American public school.
It's gonna be a time for sure.
Man. Okay. What's your brother's name?
Brother's name would be Steven.
Oh, okay. Steven. Okay, that could be interesting in and of itself. The final question I like to ask: what is Brayden's? Not Brayden. What is Miles's secret pain? What's the kind of core intellect or hidden vulnerability that drives this person? What's something that they're still trying to work on?
Yeah, for sure. I think it would be kind of like the expectations of kind of being that better person, right? That better spot. And kind of his brother kind of like failing that in that regard. So kind of being caught in between those two things, but then him like trying to figure out himself for himself,
Oh, okay. And how does he feel that like he got into this school and his brother hasn't. Maybe your brother doesn't care. I'm not sure.
It's it's probably awkward. Like they have a pretty close relationship. That probably put a little bit of a rift there. Yeah, they're definitely a little awkward.
Okay. Gotcha. And just a quick question for everybody else. Is there anybody who is also from Riverside Grove who wants to be from there? Everybody else from a district in the city? Okay. Well, I was going to ask to see like if anybody knew Miles before going into this school. Okay. Fine. You're the only one from.
Meg shook her head no on both.
That's fair.
Wow.
I would super hate to explain and run, but I do have.
Yes. Brayden has to go a little bit early for like a family event, but it was good to get these first notes, and I will reach out to you later for other stuff.
For sure. Great meeting everyone.
It was wonderful meeting you.
Yeah,
Nice
take
to
care,
meet you
guys.
too.
Okay. See him later. Okay, nobody's from Riverside. Wow, you guys. Throw him a bone, okay? Help him out. What? Not the shrug.
I already built the cat. What do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? I'm walking.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? He's already here. He's already made. Okay. You don't know what you.
Look at my face. What are you talking about? Okay. Next up, we'll go to Meg. You're on my screen. You're next to Brayden. So, do you have your character's name?
Verity Lockhurst.
Oh God. Verity?
Yeah.
That's the title of a very bad book.
It is. Or Felicity. I don't know which one sounds more.
I like Felicity better because I feel like it rolls off the tongue a little bit better.
We'll go Felicity.
Okay.
Lockhurst?
Lockhurst from the Lockhurst family.
Yes.
Okay, and that is Meg.
Yes.
What mythos are you thinking of?
I've really struggled with the mythos for her because I keep coming back to the People's Princess.
Please, can it be mythos? Please be Diana, the People's Princess. Please. For the love of God.
Oh my God, I'm writing that down.
Well, yeah, see, like this is what I mean, right? And this happened with my last character. And when a mythos comes to me, it doesn't leave. So we're going with the People's Princess.
Wait. Do you have any other ideas though?
I kind of did because I wanted some because I liked playing I can't even remember Scarlet. I liked playing Scarlet. It was somebody who could make things.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't quite think of a mythos of someone who could make things. So I wanted to lean quite into a charismatic person, like you suggested, Maya. So I do also have William Shakespeare.
Oh,
was he charismatic?
Yes, I mean he is the bard. He's known as the bard because his sonnets are incredibly
right.
beautiful and romantic and charismatic.
Okay. But you'd have to be Meg if you're ready to roleplay that. Just his beautiful poetry and words.
Memorize a sonnet, I beg you.
That would be insane.
That is one of the in school we all had to learn one at least one.
Well, then you should have remembered that he's a charismatic person, Maya.
That was high school. What do you want from me? Get off my back.
But yeah, I wanted something, British institution, charismatic.
Okay. So I got Diana or William Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want something charismatic. I want something because,
like I said, you could play through the character. As I said, you're starting off,
and that's what I would kind of like. I'd kind of like to figure out as we go. Yeah, that's more. That's more what I would like. But the People's Princess did sort of come to me in a dream once.
Oh God.
And but then I was kind of like, that's kind of more of her personality. It doesn't have to be her mythos,
Yeah. So I was gonna say make some morbid joke about paparazzi, but we don't have to go there.
I mean, I'm not gonna cry about it. She died before I was born. Like,
Oh yeah. People are still shooketh to this day about it.
Yeah.
Okay, we can play through that
Yeah.
and just see like which way you're just naturally leaning towards.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel. Yeah, but I've got. Yeah.
Okay. So your Logos is also bicycle student. How old is she?
Again, like 13 on the younger.
13.
Yeah.
Is she turning 14 or is she
Yeah,
just
yeah,
really
like-
smart?
Yeah. She's turning 14. She's not.
Turning 14 soon. Okay. And give me a bit of background from her. Why is the family here in America?
I don't want to main character this. So I do have other backups. So
Let's hear it.
I quite liked the idea of her being from the British royal family.
Okay. It doesn't have to be like you could be like
Because
you know how there's
dukes
and duchess, right? So
Yeah,
you don't
like
have-
there's Beatrice and Eugenie. They're not important. Well, like,
I'm telling
you know
them.
what I mean.
I'm calling them right now.
I'm writing a letter.
So
Dear
like,
Mrs.
well, like Pinehurst is like prestigious, right?
Very, yeah.
Like the royal family would send their kids there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Generations and generations.
Yeah. Okay.
So I feel like she'd been an unimportant royal, like 476th in line to the throne.
but
But she is in line to the throne.
I like how she might bring that up all the time.
Yeah. She absolutely
A
does.
subtle flex.
And if any kids did any research, they'd be like, okay, she's like 200th in line though.
Technically, yes, but realistically, no.
like so many people would have to die. Okay, so I like it. Part of the British royal line, but far down that line.
Yeah, like super far, like not an important, not an important royal.
You have to do some research to even know technically that you are.
Yeah. Like it's not a like an expectation or a demand to get into Pinehurst. It's a tradition and a celebration.
Mm.
You know, like that's how her family sees it.
Okay. Love it. Tell me more about how she grew up. What was the family like?
Perfect.
Oh.
Damn.
Okay. So family life. I'm writing down perfect. No issues at all.
Yeah.
Okay. I usually ask what district. Okay, so how long were you in America before coming to Pinehurst? Like, is your family here, or you have to fly here specifically to Riverside Grove?
I imagine like she'd fly there specifically.
Ah.
Go there.
Okay. Well, which district are you from in the UK?
Do you want me to just say she's from London?
Southeast London.
No. She's definitely not from Southeast London.
Yeah.
She's from London. Okay. I'm assuming she's from London. Tell me more about your family. Who's a part of it? Like your close family, your immediate.
So like her immediate, like she's an only child.
Okay.
But like, her parents are like, yeah, they're royals, but they do have like they're not important royals, so they do actually have to have jobs. So like they own like a business or whatever, but it's like, you know, like one of those businesses where people are like, is this even a real thing? You know, like one of those.
What is it? MLM? What is this? What are you talking
I'd say like an auditing firm, but like like one of those kind of fake businesses. So they like, and they own it together, and they're sort of like superstars in that world.
Yeah.
If you will.
That makes sense.
Like, that kind of thing. So they're kind of like jet setters and that kind of like that sort of stuff.
What's their personality like?
Felicity.
No, your parents.
Oh, the parents. I think they're very loving. I think they're very loving. They're just
okay.
they're just not really there, but that's just the way it's always been. You know, the kids raise themselves. You know, the help is, you know, And then when you're older, you sort of foster that relationship.
Yeah.
Kids are there to be, kids are there, but
To be seen and not heard, darling.
kind of, yeah. Like
To be,
it's
yeah.
like, what do they have in common with the 13-year-old?
Yeah.
Like they can't talk to her about auditing things. She doesn't understand.
They could, and they will.
Let me break down this audit for you.
But Felicity will sure try her best to understand.
Okay. So just not around that much. Child raises themselves.
But like butlers, that sort of thing. It's not, yeah.
Well, yeah, because obviously
She's been to private schools before.
Yeah, you're not a disco, so you have money. Like
Yeah. Like
millionaires
she's been
who
to private
send
schools before. Like this isn't
Okay.
her first private school, but this is like the private school. Like she's been waiting for this. Like she's so fucking excited.
Right.
This is where she is gonna like bloom.
Hopefully
This
not
is where. Yeah, this is where it's gonna happen.
Ooh, okay. And tell me what your parents are called. What are their names?
Rebecca and Rupert.
Rupert. Oh, you went super British.
I freaking love Rupert.
Can you give me at least like one line of the personalities for both parents?
Rebecca is probably like head of the family.
Oh. She wears the pants?
Wears pants, yeah. She's like head of the family, wears pants. But she is also like Charlie. She is a woman who's like propelled herself forward. Like she's not like a cold woman. Like she also want like she loves her daughter. Like she wants things to be like the world to be better for her daughter. Like
Okay.
She's a feminist, but like she's a white woman feminist. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
she's very girl boss. Let's go girlies. You know what I mean? But like it's for her daughter, sort of thing.
Okay.
And then her dad. He works at that company as well.
Yeah.
I guess. He is more of the. Like Mr. Bennett from Pride and Prejudice.
No. Sorry.
He's more like he wishes he could be around more.
Okay.
He wishes he could be around more, but he's also like, we're royals, we have to keep up the appearances.
You guys are like, okay, I guess technically you're royals, and I love that the family brings that up.
Yeah, like it's
no one else will.
It's delusional. But like even like I say the high up royals, not that they would have met them, but like even the high up royals would bring up protocol to them because they're still part of like the firm.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that. Okay. So he wishes he could be around more, but describe his personality though.
Like, I don't know, like beyond like kind. Like he's more the one that like she would go to for comfort than her mum. Like she's more at odds with her mum than she is her dad, sort of thing. So like they have
more what with her mom?
She's more at odds with her mum. Like she has more in common with her dad.
Oh, she has more in common with her dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's the one who is more concerned with appearances.
Oh, okay. And I don't think he needs to be concerned with appearances, but I think this family likes to know that they're royals.
It's almost like it's a bigger commentary on the royal family in general.
Okay. Oh.
Which one is the royal? Like, which one is coming from the royal line, and which one's married in?
It's probably both because it's the UK. So.
Scandalous.
It's both. Yeah.
Scandalous.
It's a second cousin 6 times removed.
Situation, yeah.
Okay, can I know more about Felicity's personality?
Yeah, so she is I kind of want her to be. Well, I don't know. So she can kind of go one of two ways.
Okay.
I want to say depending on what other people are doing.
Yeah.
But it is kind of depending on what people are doing. So like I can either do her as like the sort of charismatic-y type one, which is kind of what I planned, like a Fabian Seacaster type, you know, like like very like that sort of, which is how I sort of like envisioned her. If other people did want to go really charismatic as well, like I can do her sort of like coming into her own type, like she's you know, like she knows she's rich, but like she's never really been that popular because she's rich, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, no, I think I do kind of want her to be this sort of like she's always been the best in the room at everything she does. So this is a new, and like this school is the best of the best. Like she's never been in a situation where all these other children are also the best of the best.
Yeah. So
like,
if everybody's hot, who's hot?
Yeah, like I don't, and I think whenever she hasn't been the best, she's just paid to be the best, or like just cancelled whatever's going on, you know, like. So I feel like being in a situation where like that isn't possible, and like I feel like the secret in her family that no one tells her is that like when people are like, oh yeah, you'll bloom here, they mean you'll bloom because you have to actually learn how to be an actual like functioning human being who goes through the trials and tribulations. But she thinks it means like, oh yeah, you're gonna have like the best room and the best like da 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 da.
It's that privileged confidence you have.
Yeah. Like she's coming into it very like that. Do you know what I mean? Like she's very hoity-toity, very like. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I giving like a good vibe as to what? Well, not good vibe because I don't think she really is good vibes. She is charismatic. Like I feel like she's the kind of person where teachers teachers know that he's a little fucking screw.
Think back to your mythos, because if you're Diana or you're William, you would be genuinely like charismatic, and people would just be drawn to you.
Would like you.
Yeah.
But then like is she like love? But that's the thing. Like she like I feel like adults. And like people, not people who don't know her. Like it's a charm, you know. Like it's. But that's like it's the people's princess. It was for the people.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Meaning like it wasn't real or true to who she is. Like
yeah, like the whole point was that like Diana was absolutely miserable.
Right.
She chose to be happy and like she was in public for the people. That's why she's the people's princess, you know. Like that's why like she chose to be that like that sort of. So I like the idea of her choosing. Like it's quite a I like the idea of it being like a manipulative thing. Like she's choosing to be. I don't know. But what I
we can play it out because you can play it. You can see. Oh, I'm leaning more towards this is like this is an act she's putting on, or if you want to be like more like William Shakespeare. And we don't. I don't know. Is there history about him and if he was putting on an act? I'm not sure.
He's a playwright, so.
So everything's an act.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I know more about like her than the mythos and how the mythos fits, but I feel because it's character exploration, I feel like that's the more important part. I don't know. But I feel like we can play into it and figure.
Yes, that's something we could definitely still explore. It doesn't have to be set in stone right now.
Okay.
So what is Felicity's secret pain? Would you have an idea about that?
I think maybe like she. I don't even know if she'd be aware of it. But maybe it's just like that grounding realization that she is just like everybody else.
Does she have that realization now? The secret pain has to be something she's dealing with
that's what I kind of mean. Like, I don't know. Well, I mean, like she knows deep down that she pays people off if she doesn't win. Like, she knows that.
It's like that. Oh my god.
She knows she pays things off.
Right. So her secret pain is.
there's like a part of her that knows
that she's inadequate at some things. To the point
Yeah.
where she has to pay people off.
Yeah, like if people found out about it, maybe. If someone ever found out that she'd paid people.
So can the secret plan be like she's secretly mediocre and pays people off to be better?
Yeah.
Okay. And look, that's real. That's real. I'm just trying to dig deep. I'm asking the big questions.
It's like that, you know, like last year when that like white author like review bombed all the authors of color.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like that. It's like that. Oh my god.
Okay.
It's that situation.
So pays off people to be seen as someone who is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know what a 13-year-old would be doing in that situation, but
I don't know if some people have to grow up a little bit faster than others. So
I don't know, like she pays people to do her tests and stuff like that.
yeah. But just imagine like 20 years later, someone who's like 33 doing that. It's a lot more serious.
Yeah. Teehee. It's the college admissions scandal.
Yeah, this whole thing.
The
I'm thinking.
next Bravo got me into Pinehurst.
Did anybody else watch the documentary about the college scandal? It just made me feel sad about American.
No, because I knew it would actually make me angry. I knew it would make me like genuinely like.
At the end, it showed like how much time they got in jail or whatever their consequence was. It was like 2 weeks, 1 week
No.
of fine. And I was like, oh.
I know, like when it came out as well, I like immediately couldn't watch Shameless anymore because it like just pissed me off seeing William Henry's face, and I was like, boo. So, yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like we got a good basis for Felicity right now, and we'll we'll add on to it, flesh things out a little bit more. But let's go on to Lauren, your character. What is their name?
So their full name is Reginald Aramais Kennings, but he goes by Reggie.
Oh my gosh. Tell me how to spell all three. I got Reginald. How do you spell his middle name?
A-R-A-M-I or M-A-I-S.
A-R-A-M-I.
Yeah, I can put it in the chat. That'll just be far easier. But
Wait, that's the middle name of what's his name from Fantasy Eye.
Is it?
Fabian Aramais Seacaster.
Oh. Ha! I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay. Art imitates art.
Yeah. That's probably where I had that name. I've had that name in my brain probably since I watched it, and it's like been so long that I just didn't even think about it. But yeah, absolutely.
From the Kennings family.
Yes.
And okay. How old is he?
He is 14.
Okay. And what mythos are you thinking about for him?
So I am definitely still leaning towards like Nike, the goddess of victory.
Okay.
And that kind of like leads into his relationship with his parents, because like in like a lot of traditional Greek mythology, a lot of time Nike is wrapped in under either Zeus or Athena. She's not very commonly on her own, and it's kind of like him dealing with the fact that like basically his parents are very controlling, or like, no, you have to do this and you have to succeed, and so he's being constantly like under their thumb. That's kind of where it kind of reflects.
Got it. Okay, so on that note, tell me a bit more about his background and all that good stuff.
Yes, so he comes from two like very rich like professional parents, Richard and Alice Kennings. They both work in finance. His dad like works in the stock market and things like that, and his mom works for a like accounting firm, like a very big accounting firm for like, you know, major businesses and things like that. And they live in the financial district of Century City.
Yep.
Penthouse suite, skyscraper apartment. Like very lavishly decorated, But like it's like one of those modern homes that you look at and you're like, that's not comfortable.
Yeah, that's
like,
not
really that's not comfortable.
Too many sharp, pointy edges.
Like that is purely for looks.
Yeah, of course.
And it's not to like live in and be comfortable living in. That's what they're like. That's what he's grown up with, and like his parents, very, very distant. Like other than being like, you got to do this and you got to do that, and like pressuring him in terms of sports, because his dad is like obsessed with like he needs to be good in academics and sports and like friends and all of the basically, you know, like you have to be perfect.
Excel
at all times.
Excel
at everything.
And you're 14 years old.
And you're 14 years old.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
So would you say it's a strict household?
No, in the sense of like his parents are like hardly ever home. He's never like around his parents. He was raised by a nanny.
Okay, but there is high pressure though from the parents.
Yes. There is like fairly constant pressure without their constant presence.
Okay. Got it. And did the parents used to do sports? No.
Yes, I had that as both of his parents did sports in high school and then into college as well. And like were successful in those times, but like neither one of them went professional or anything like that. But were very successful in their athletic careers when they were younger.
Okay. And are you also a single child?
Reggie had an older sister, but she passed away.
Okay.
And he's not exactly sure how. Like, he's not exactly sure what happened. He was young when it happened, but she was quite a bit older than him.
Okay. So, you're young, maybe 3-4 years old, something like that?
Yeah, I would say there's probably about like a 10-year age difference between him and his sister.
Okay. And what was her name?
That's the thing. I hadn't decided. But probably something that sounds...
Rich?
Rich. That sounds rich.
Francesca.
That is her name.
That sounds Italian. Are you gonna tell?
Francesca. That's her name.
Reginald and Francesca sounds...
Yeah, that sounds...
How the heck do you spell Francesca? Francesca. Oh, wait. Okay, I think that's it.
I think.
That's how I spelled it.
Okay. So I would say she passed away young then.
Yeah. She's like this, like she died at the same age that he is now.
Yeah, like probably as a teenager.
And the parents have not told you?
Like, yeah, like he very much is aware that she passed away, and probably, but like not a specific like this is exactly how she passed away.
Okay, so he's still not sure of the specific details.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something he wants to figure out, or he's kind of puts it in the back of his mind?
I feel like it's something that like a part of him wants to know, but also a part of him is like, I don't want to know.
There's a reason they haven't told me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like the ugly truth kind of thing.
Yeah. I think in my brain, a part of it is maybe that now that he is about the age that she was when she passed away, he's like beginning to be like, he's starting to realize like what could have really happened and stuff. And yeah, the ugly truth kind of situation of what it could have been.
Have you seen like the body or anything like that?
No.
Okay. That's all I'm...
Is she dead? Is she dead?
Did they bury an empty casket?
Bury the empty casket. It's a dude.
That'd be wild. I will ask you guys to describe your characters when we do character art later, but I'm guessing he's athletic, kind of looks like not super muscular because at 14 that would be probably unhealthy, but
like kind of thin and lanky, but like clearly athletic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What would you say his secret pain is?
That he doesn't want to do the 90% of the things that he has to do. Like, his passions just very much lie elsewhere, but he also recognizes that he'll never be able to, like, while he's having to deal with his parents as they are right now, he'll never be able to act on what he actually is drawn to and what he actually wants to do.
Oh, is there something, does he have a secret passion?
I have him kind of playing into the fact that he'll kind of have his awakening and find out
okay.
and stuff, is that he's very drawn to learning about ancient cultures and ancient mythologies and stuff.
I thought you were gonna make a Troy Bolton who actually loves to sing.
He actually loves to sing and dance. No, actually my mythos is not Nike. It is in fact Troy Bolton.
Right now I can hardly breathe. Don't get me started on High School Music. Don't get me started.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Oh, okay. But he realizes that he can't actually act on it what he truly desires, right? Okay.
Yeah, he learns and reads and watches things about archaeology and ancient cultures and all of this stuff and mythology, but he's I can't do anything with this because I have to do he's my parents have already told me that I'm gonna go to this school and I'm gonna be involved in sports and I'm gonna take all of these classes and I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna do something in finances. That is what my parents have outlined for me, and so that is what I have to do.
Okay. Now, do they? So you said they work in finance. Do they own a finance business, or maybe they just have stock in a business, or what would you say?
I would say
why are they millionaires?
I would say they work for high profile companies. They are arguably among the best in what they do. And so they work for some of the best companies and they're fairly high up in those companies, but they don't own them.
Okay. So they have very high profile clients, you'd say.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. So yeah, that sounds about good. And there's a lot more we will explore in game for Reggie. Interesting, especially the sister tidbit. I don't know. Will that come back up?
Who knows?
That's horrifying. Oh, I keep thinking did she attend Pinehurst? Is this gonna be a problem?
Ooh.
She attend Pinehurst. Was she supposed to attend Pinehurst?
Oh my god.
Is she still in Pinehurst?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I was there's tunnels. She's in the tunnels.
No, she's in the tunnels. I forgot about the tunnels rumor literally until you just said it, and now I'm her body's in the tunnels.
Oh my gosh, you know how horrifying that would be.
No, she's actually a teacher at Pinehurst now.
Yeah, that was the other thing. It's your son walked in. Wait a minute.
I guess she could be teacher age. She would be
24.
She'd be 24, 25.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have fun with that.
Okay.
that goes to your discretion on if she's dead or not.
Okay. Do you think that death affects him anyway? Because I know he was probably too young to kind of internalize any of it.
I'd say no. I would say his parents don't talk about her.
Yeah.
He's so young that he doesn't have any memories of her, and because of the nature of their house, there's not family photos up on the wall, so he doesn't see pictures of her.
Oh, they're trying. Oh, wow. Okay.
Because their house is basically a showroom. You know, there's not family photos at all, so it's just
maybe
he really has no connection to it.
What about one huge oil painting?
Oh, over the fireplace. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably that, and that's
it. I would say because losing a child is so hard, I think there is even something to explore with the parents and not wanting to dig deeper into that. So the house is cold, the parents are cold.
The house is cold, the parents are colder.
But they did lose a child, which is really, really hard. So that could be something to kind of as a kid, you don't understand, and then you get older and you're like, oh my god, okay, so they're not just my parents, but they're actual people who lost someone and they deal with it in their own way. And that could be fun to explore as well. So, last but not least, Arcturus.
Oh yeah.
Tell me your character's name.
Elias Mila.
Like, how do you spell Mila again?
I can throw it in the Discord chat.
Oh, okay.
Mila.
Oh. Okay. And is are you a disco or are you rich?
Definitely rich.
Okay.
Let's go.
Making it rain. Come on. Okay. And what mythos are you thinking of?
Oh, as far as mythos goes,
Yes.
where it's a nascent theme, I'm split between having it be an object he gets, kind of
okay.
relating to his like personal turmoil with his like parents' divorce. So I was thinking either like Mithra, like a goddess of contracts, and gets like a dusty book, or like Synome, the goddess of memory, and it's a camera that he can look at photos that kind of look through a place's history that he takes a photo of.
Okay, so we got Mithra. Is that Mythra?
It's Mithra, and it's an Iranian goddess of contracts. It's so obscure because I was like looking for something specific.
I like it.
Or
So it was Mithra, or what was the other option?
Oh, I'm gonna have to put that in the chat. I cannot pronounce that name for the life of me. It's the Greek goddess of memory. I do. If anyone knows how to pronounce that,
it's Mnemosity. I think it's Mnemosity.
Mnemosity.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna write that.
Hey, Maya, why do you know how to pronounce that?
Because I played a couple sessions as that myth actually.
Oh, that's
And I looked it up at least 10 times. I was like, how the heck? There's too many M's.
Yeah. Well, and there's the also fun thing about Greek mythology things is that there's normally about 3 to 4 different ways that you can correctly pronounce everything.
Exactly.
Like Hippolyta and Hippolyta
Yeah.
are both correct.
Nike.
Yeah.
Nike.
Nike.
Well,
Nike. Yeah. Nike is a like more modern one, but traditionally it is Nike.
You know, I would say it's
say
Nike,
Nike
and I
over
would
here?
correct anybody who says otherwise.
Meg.
We all say Nike over here.
What the heck? That's incorrect, though. That's weird that you guys say it incorrectly. So Greek goddess of memory, right?
Yeah. And just having it be a camera, because he would think back to like his family trip when they were happy, and it's like, oh, I wish I could capture that memory, and that kind of pulls into that. And then on the flip side, I was thinking like a mythos where it's like split between him and his brother because of that rivalry.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's where like my whole conflict is. I'm like, do I want to do just an object or relationship based?
You can totally get your mythos from an artifact. Yeah. So how old is Elias?
14.
Okay. So it's like Meg's coming in as the youngest, but with the most charisma.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. So tell me a bit more about his background.
So
certain events.
He comes from a legacy of Pinehurst attendees. So his mother and her like father attended. So there's that legacy that's been put in place. His mother owns kind of the shipping company, and after the divorce, she kind of like has been thinking more forward thinking with her company and wants one of her sons to be raised to take her place when she's done. So very much Pinehurst is like this training ground for the two of them, just to see who's the better candidate, because they have all these laurels from past generations, and it's like, do they live up to those standards? And so very much she pulled strings to get both of them involved, the twins into the academy.
Does she have to pull strings, or if you're?
I don't know. I feel like she'd throw money at the problem, but
you could definitely. Well, maybe let's say like they were already at capacity, and your mother's like, well, I'm rich, but I can pull some strings. This is very much giving that the documentary.
I'm sorry.
No, it's the nature of the game.
But yeah, I like that where it was at capacity, but they needed those 2 slots, so sadly like switched out people.
They bumped some discos and put you in.
Oh no!
No, okay, wait. That's too sad. I won't say they. But it's still real. Oh, that hurts me how real that is. Let's say they bumped some rich people who, but you might have some nemesis pop up.
That's rich, but clearly not as rich.
Yeah. So really, they're not a problem.
I think it would be quite the scandal if 2 discos got popped out. The school, it would just look bad on the school. But
10.
there's only 10.
There's only 8. And everybody's like, why is that?
You guys got the scholarship right. What do you mean scholarship? That would be...
Scholarship.
So your mother owns a I'm gonna say a famous shipping company. You gotta have a good reason why they're millionaires. Your father, what does he do?
He was kind of just like that trophy father.
Trophy husband.
After the divorce, though, he's pretty carefree and lives off that divorce settlement.
Ooh, you love it.
He's just living like the lap of luxury, so he's pretty like easygoing, which just gets on Elias's nerves. Being like
he's got that spousal support.
What is it? Is it the alimony? Love alimony. Hey. Okay. And you have a mother owns famous shipping company.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the company? Is it just like her last name, or it could be Mila,
and I'm trying to think of
Mila
Migrations. No,
please
that's
call
Mila
it
and Co.
Please call it Mila Light because
Don't.
Mila Light.
Mila Light.
Mila. Wow, Meg. Already coming in with the puns.
That was phenomenal.
Golf clap, anyone? What's the name of the company?
I mean, Miller Lite sounded good.
Oh, God. How can I say that seriously in game? Mila. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, that's how it works. You don't say it seriously. Mila Light is the name of the shipping company. Fine. Wow. And what do they ship?
It's just mostly kind of just packed.
Shut up, Meg. Stop.
It's mostly just packages and like it's very much like the equivalent of UPS and FedEx for us, where they're just mostly just taking packages from point A to point B.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so everybody's kind of using Mila. Okay.
And it's pretty cool because it sounds like Mailer.
And who's that?
Like mail.
Oh, mailer.
Mailer. Mail.
Mailer. Say it right. Mailer.
Mailer. What?
Mailer. You got the
You gotta put the in there.
Pronounce
your R's.
I can't help it. I'm common.
So common. Okay. A little bit more about the family. So we got mom, dad, right, and we have twin brother.
Yep, a twin brother named Ezekiel, and so they were pretty competitive growing up, and then once this whole contest began, they kind of just became obsessed with it. So it's like they're kind of rivals as they're going into this school.
Oh, okay.
So there's that little bit of tension.
Okay.
Do you watch WWE by any chance?
What?
Do you watch WWE by any chance?
Oh, I was like,
No.
no, I haven't seen too much of it.
Purely because there was a feud between two people called Elias and Ezekiel, and I thought that's where you got that from, and I was like,
wow.
Huh?
Okay.
Carry on.
Cage match.
Yeah. Can you tell what is your mom called and your dad?
The mother is Callista, and the father is Henry.
Okay. Callista, how do you spell? C or K?
Calista.
Okay. And parents are now divorced, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After kind of just that growing tension, they kind of just had disagreements, and those built up over time until it finally kind of just exploded when I guess Elias was about 13 or 12, and then that divorce is pretty recent.
Oh, recent divorce. Okay. And how do the brothers feel about it?
I would say Elias feels pretty sad about this, just because he liked those memorable times where they actually got along and it was peaceable. But I think Ezekiel was kind of more the realist. He saw like the signs, and he's like, yeah, that relationship's not working out, so it's good that they're separated.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's insightful for a 14-year-old.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, listen, bro, it was inevitable.
This was for the best.
You'll understand when you're older. You were born only 30 seconds early.
Oh, is Ezekiel the older? By like,
yep.
Okay.
He was born first. By like, I'm not sure how twins are born, so I'm like maybe like a minute ahead. I don't know if that's the thing.
Twins are born like every other baby.
It depends. It varies.
Are they like doing a test tube? How does it do?
Yeah. How do they get a second one that looks exactly the same? You gotta sign something for this.
Yeah. I'll say Ezekiel's older by like a minute. We'll say. But they can be older by up to like 10, 15. Like it could take time. Like it, you know.
They can be hours apart.
Yeah. So we'll say by 1 minute, and he likes to hold that over your head. What's the relationship like with the twin?
With the twin,
Yeah.
They would usually because of their moniker with them being E and M, they were basically given everything to share, and so it was very much like that community pool of like shirts and stuff. And so then they kind of became competitive. If there was something special that kind of differentiated the two, they would kind of fight over that.
Okay.
Because then it kind of set them apart from one another.
Okay. So it's often competitive, the relationship.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Were you guys always trying to look for ways to kind of be your own person?
Yes, to stand out and get that recognition from the family. So it's like, oh, I did this better than like, because we did finger painting and this looks better than Ezekiel's or.
Okay. And what's Ezekiel's like thing? Like, what's he good at? What does he love?
I would say
The ladies.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely the social aspect he excels at, and then I was trying to debate if he's. I would say he's very much better at sports than Elias is.
Okay.
And that's where Elias kind of more goes towards track and field, because Ezekiel's very much better at the more competitive sport events.
Okay. So is sports like a thing where you guys are competing with each other still?
Kind of. Elias kind of trails behind him a bit.
Ooh.
So that's why Elias kind of focuses on track and field, because he's like, that's probably the only thing I can beat Ezekiel at. So it's very much like where you have that little brother and you bring him onto like the basketball court.
Yeah.
And he's kind of trailing behind and trying to learn. It's kind of like that.
Is there any tension between the brothers, or are they close at all, or do they love each other? How's that work?
It's definitely tense right now. I mean, they did care for each other, but for right now they're kind of very much at odds.
Okay.
It's like, this is definitely a favorite spot, and definitely be named successor. You're set for life.
Okay.
So it's very much they're kind of lost focus on being brothers, and kind of now just see each other as just competition, which is sad.
Oh. Yeah. Is that something that I'm not sure about Ezekiel, but is that something for Elias that he wants to kind of mend or kind of bring back to what it used to be?
I would say yes, because like my whole picture for the beginning for Elias anyway is he kind of enters Pinehurst with that expectation. He's like, oh, I'm gonna meet that goal, and then I just want that to slowly erode over time, where he's like, well, maybe that doesn't matter as much. So I'd say probably like in the beginning, probably not wanting to mend it, but later on, he would try to mend that relationship.
Okay. I like it. I like a character arc. What's Ezekiel? No. What's Elias's secret pain?
Ooh. That he won't live up to those expectations that his mother set up, and also like, where you get that singular mindset of a goal, and it's like, if I can't make this, then what else am I supposed to do? And just kind of that feeling of being lost, if you can't achieve that goal, and like where would you go from there?
Oh.
And so that kind of helplessness that comes with that.
Okay. Interesting. And now we have Elias, we got Reginald, and Felicity's just coming in. I do want to have like a connection between at least two of you. So it kind of makes sense that at least Elias and Reginald would know each other. How does that sound?
Yeah, I mean, I had Reggie's mom being working with like big companies in terms of accounting, so maybe she does the accounts for Mila Light.
Oh God!
They set up
We're going with it
for the kids.
But it's like one of those awkward friendships where like we have to stay silent, but we have to accompany them to business meetings, and so we're just looking at each other from across the table like,
hey bro. Just 12-year-olds like. Okay, so I do want to flesh out the character connection so that you guys can like know each other a little bit more as you're going into the school. The first few sessions are going to be, well, the first session at least is going to be the orientation, and that is before the school year starts, and everybody's like, oh, okay, welcome to Pinehurst, and we walk you around the facilities and show everything. And so that will be a little bit of fun. We'll have some, well, I won't spoil it, but before going in, I do want some people to know each other. So can we flesh out the Elias and Reginald connections?
Okay.
So we said like the family. Well, it starts at the top, so the families work together.
Yeah.
In some capacity, there's like a connection there.
yeah.
Maybe there's the
Reginald, do you have any hobbies? I mean, Elias has a secret hobby of like painting miniatures and building like model train sets.
Reggie's secret hobby is like learning about like ancient cultures and stuff, and he has started teaching himself Latin.
Maybe at like one of the boring conferences or whatever, like one of you snuck off to a room to go do your hobby and then found the other one and they're doing their hobby. So then it just became a thing.
Like a
that,
pact.
like, it just became a thing at every business meeting. You'd both go meet up and go do your hobbies separately, and then you just like became friends that way. So now you just have like this.
I like
you're
to
actually
think...
quite close friends.
What in the neurodivergent parallel play is going on here? we're just coexisting in the same room. Have we ever had a conversation?
There should.
But if that's how it started, and then you can sort of determine like how old you were and how close you were.
Yeah. Well, like I imagine that like in the offices and stuff, like there's like a conference room, and then there's like an office kind of setting, and then there's probably like some type of like library-esque where there's like kind of just like some bookshelves and like resources for different things, and like that's where Reggie would sneak off to get away from meetings and stuff. If like he was somehow drug along, he'd be like, okay, let me just sneak back here, and then he'd be reading his like little.
I would say Elias would be enraptured by like all these stories Reggie would tell him about history and architecture, and so he'd try to build some models for like the historic sites and be like, "Is this accurate? Change this. This looks like a temple, like a Greek temple I built out of like Post-it notes and like have drawn on it a bit."
Okay. So one of the high-profile clients is Elias's mother and her company. Okay. Yeah. So they run the financials for Mila Light.
And maybe Richard, Reggie's dad, holds stock in the company.
Oh, that makes sense. That is how you stay rich. You actually own part of the company. Okay, and so they would meet up. So there'd be business meetings, conferences, work trips, stuff like that, and the kids would be there. Okay.
Yeah, like
feel
when you
that's the
go to
inciting
meet your
incident,
business
that's
partners with your kids, and like you're like, yeah, let's go out and get dinner.
Oh yeah, those dinners.
But it's like so
they're
awkward.
so boring.
Yeah.
Those are talking about sales figures. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Okay, so they'd often meet up at like business meetings, conferences, etc.
I guess
I've
Reggie.
got like Herodotus, the histories like under the table.
So Reggie, what do you like to do in your free time? So like we did meet during our business meetings, but like outside of that, what do you like to do?
Oh no, he is a dweeb. He likes watching documentaries, and like he's like full on like when he has time to just sit down and chill, he's wanting to learn about. He's a history buff.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say that his family probably has enough money for him to like go to like museums, but like be able to like go behind the scenes at museums to look at things.
Elias would love that because he's interested in the natural sciences. So I feel like they would later after those business meetings they would get together and head to museums and stuff and tour those back rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we really quickly play out that scene? And Meg, you will be you'll be one of the Meg will be one of the you'll be in the we're in a conference room. Okay. Reggie and his parents are talking with what's your mother's name again?
Callista, yeah.
Callista. Yeah. Large conference room. Kids are off to the side. They're not at the large, huge kind of mahogany table. Large glass windows looking out into the city. You guys are very high up, 15th floor, downtown. You're in the financial district. Your mother's there talking to, Reggie's parents. And Meg, who are you? Huh?
You want to play my mom?
Oh, you're muted. Oh, am I?
Oh no.
No, there we go, back. I wanted to be like an intern who's been tasked with like keeping the kids like somewhat entertained. Like to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't like get lost.
So we enter into the scene, and you both hear your parents talking. Callista's like, so in this financial quarter has not been going well. The numbers are a lot lower than we expected. So I wanted to sit down and talk about that. And your parents are kind of nodding and listening to her. As you guys hear this kind of financial speak off to the side, what do you guys do? You guys are, sitting next to each other. I don't want to call you. I was going to say you had iPads, but I don't want you guys to be iPad kids.
No, Reggie totally has Post-it notes.
Ooh.
To make it look like he's taking notes,
Mm-hmm.
but he actually just writes on the Post-it note, and it's just it has like a very very like shoddy, like front facade of like a Greek temple, right? Like the pillars and then the roof, and then it has a question mark next to it. It just he passes that to Elias.
Like to think Elias has like the equivalent of an art set made out of office supplies. So he's got like little highlighters, a bunch of colored Post-it notes, and so he looks up nervously every once in a while to make sure his mother's not watching as he's kind of folding these Post-it notes in that same shape. Oh, thanks, Reggie. I think so. Would that be a load-bearing pillar? Let's see. Kind of purses it between his fingers and kind of makes that little triangle shown. So, what is this place anyway? That I'm building.
This is the temple of Athena in Athens.
Oh, okay. I mean, Athens. I think we went down there once for a family trip. Have you been to Greece?
No, my parents don't think it's beneficial to go to Greece since they have no business being there. We've gone to the UK a few times.
Oh. Is it rainy there?
I mean, we were inside like all day. So. We didn't really get out and do anything.
I'm gonna lean over, and I'm like, what age is like an intern? Like college age?
Yeah, I'd say like early mid-20s.
Yeah, early mid-20s. She's like half on her phone. She's like, "Hey guys, sorry, buddy.
It's fine.
I'm going to keep the volume down a little bit, but I can see you guys are like coloring, so
Jessica.
Sorry.
Ma'am, Jessica, please come. And you see that Reginald's dad has called you over.
She'll quickly like pull out some like, it's like a pack of 3 crayons, but she pulls out 2 packs and then just puts them down for the few kids, and then she like hurries over.
What is my son talking about over there? He's supposed to be paying attention. I told you to make sure that he is taking notes of what we are discussing here.
Yeah, no, they are. They're just. I think they were just clarifying some notes to each other. I can.
Keep Jessica, calm down. Keep your voice down as I'm talking to you.
Sorry.
Just go back over there and make sure that he is taking notes of this conversation. Thank you.
Okay.
You're dismissed.
Got it.
Now, as I was saying, he said, all right, let's go over the numbers for last quarter. We saw a 15% increase in revenue, which is great, but your shipping costs have gone down by 8%, and I think we should raise that up. I don't think that's doing any good for us on the business side of things. So we need to find a way to mitigate that. And your mother's like, Elias? Absolutely. I was thinking we could renegotiate our contract with North Star Logistics. They've been reliable, and they keep going on and on as Jessica goes back to the boys off to the side.
Reggie, I don't mean to be rude, but your dad's kind of scary.
My dad's kind of a dick.
Oh.
And then, like, as you say that, I sit down and sort of like smooth down like all of my like clothes again, and then like with like the longest like acrylic nail in the world, just sort of like tap the 2 sheets of paper, and then just do like a, and then like tap on the box of crayons, and then nod like earnestly at the talking, like urge you to write notes.
I'll pick up a crayon and write on a sticky note and then hand it to Jessica, and it says bathroom ?
She like looks at your dad and then looks back at you and then quickly scribbles down, "Do you really?" and then underlines "really" need to go.
I'll write back yes and underline it like 4 or 5 times.
She like looks at the clock, hesitates, and then nods, like, but then, like, there's like a solid like debate as to whether or not like but yeah, she nods, but she just like whispers under her breath. She's like, "Quick."
Yeah. As I go to stand up, like I'll put my hands on the table to stand up, and the one that's closer to Elias kind of like subtly slides a folded up Post-it note kind of more his direction as I stand up and turn around and walk out of the room.
Your father stops you before you reach the door. Reginald
turns around like, "Yep."
Come here, please.
Okay. Walks over there.
Reginald, where are you going?
The bathroom.
Really? You just went to the bathroom 15 minutes ago.
I am having a rough day.
Are you now?
Yep. I think I got food poisoning.
You look fine to me, son.
I will poop my pants.
Okay, his eyes kind of widened. He says, "Young man, watch your words at the workplace."
Sorry, sir. It's just I am having inconsolable irritation of the bowels that I need to go relieve.
Your mother, Elias's mother's looking at you. Your mother is now looking at you.
Me? Now I'm curious what the post-it note is. What's happening? I'll unfurl that while kind of looking at my mother, just kind of side-eye it. What does the folded post-it say?
The folded post-it note says, "Let's get out of here."
I'd be willing to help him out to the bathroom. He's obviously in stress.
Your mother's like, Elias, and how can you help him in the bathroom? Are you a doctor?
There's a first aid kit somewhere around this office.
First aid kit is going to help his irritable bowel syndrome?
I mean, anti-diarrhea pills?
Okay, well, maybe.
Not to be crass.
Your mother's like, let the boys go to the bathroom. It's fine. We can continue on with our conversation. Your father just looks at you, Reginald.
Richard.
You may go.
Aye, sir.
Elias will suddenly kind of sweep the more creative projects into his pocket, so it looks like they were just taking notes.
Your father's like, Jessica, please accompany them.
Oh.
Anyway, so we need to decide on our budget for the new marketing campaign. So we have some funds allocated, but we might need to adjust based on our current cash flow. And they continue on as you guys make your way out of the room.
Oh my God, Reggie! They're gonna think you have some kind of disease now. How many times have we pulled this card?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they do fully at this point believe I have IBS, but it benefits us. So, all the better.
Wait, you guys said you needed to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, we still do.
Well, did you hear all the shit they were talking in there? Mouth diarrhea, whatever. It's the same thing.
You know what? I have 12 Snapchats to reply to, so just go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wait.
Well, okay. Actually, here's the thing. You
Reggie?
have access to a company car,
Reggie?
and we do not have driver's license.
Reggie, I don't like where this is going.
I have my father's credit card.
Do you know who your father is?
Yeah, and do you think he's gonna notice if I charge stuff to his credit card? No.
No,
know.
But I do think he'll notice if an employee, an intern. I'm not even an employee. I don't even have healthcare here.
Reggie, she doesn't have healthcare.
I could pay for you to get healthcare. Just will you take us somewhere, please?
You are a child.
Yeah, and you technically work for me, so will you take us somewhere, please?
Where do you
The entitlement. What?
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
So I made an appointment with the Jules at the museum to let us go to the back and see some of the artifacts that they don't have currently out on display. So we're supposed to be there at 3 p.m. so we could do a tour of
It's
of some of
3:10.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet it's always been a quick in and out.
Move. And start ushering them. But she's also just sort of texting as she's going. But
Reggie, I can't believe that worked.
They act like they care, but they're not even going to notice that we're gone for too long, and then once we get back, they'll probably say something, and it'll be fine.
Now, if you had characters sheets made, I would have you guys roll for take the risk. But we'll say that in hour passes, they're still in the meeting and have not really paid attention to you both as you have left. I would say your mother, Elias's mother, has kind of she's noticed, but she was focused on the meeting right now. But your parents, Reginald,
They don't even know.
they're like, if they see you, then they'll pay attention. But if you're out, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Story of his life.
Story of my life. Yeah. Okay. So I have. That's the end of that scene, and that's how you guys. That's one of many meetings and sneak outs that you guys have done. With the poor Jessica being pulled along. He said, yeah, and you work for me. Wow, little douche.
You know, she doesn't get paid enough to argue with douchebag 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
This was like, no, he was like 13.
She doesn't even get paid.
He was 12, 13 in this season.
What a freaking jerk.
She doesn't even get paid at this point, so like, yeah.
Yeah, this is an unpaid internship.
Yeah.
Oh, it keeps getting sadder.
Like, you know what? Fuck it.
No, she gets paid. They pay their interns.
Yeah, no, yeah.
They get paid minimum wage, but they get
minimum wage.
I thought you were going to say paid an experience.
No. They get paid minimum wage, which is more than most internships. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So
for your character, for Felicity, we are. Your parents are coming with you. They're not shipping you off by yourself. For the orientation, they'll be there.
I did have an idea about Felicity. I like the idea that like her parents, well, obviously like her parents would have to supply the funds for her to pay things off, right?
Yeah.
So like they know that she pays for things. So I like the idea of like over the summer, they're like, right, Felicity, you have to get your things in order. You have to start doing things for yourself. And she's like, yeah, I will, sort of thing. And obviously they're not there to like monitor her and make sure she's doing it. So she's just like lied to them all over the summer and been like, yeah, I've been practicing, I've been doing things. And they're like, so you're ready for this? And she's like, and she's obviously not.
So the scene that we're gonna play out for you is we're in the UK. It's the summer before you fly out. You have getting stuff packed. They have sent you to work at a fish and chips shop. And Arcturus and Lauren, you are the other employees who work there.
yes.
Are you ready? So the manager walks up to you. Oh, you ready?
Ready for what?
To work. I went over this with you for an hour.
That's,
What you'll be doing.
no, but that's why I bought Rowan's, you see. Rowan's! And then she'll sort of point, and Rowan's, who's like a butler, I guess.
Oh my god. He goes, hello.
Well, this is why I bought Rowan's.
He's
So
like,
he-
what are you talking about? He's not. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. You can go. You can go. Rowan's, I cannot leave. I must stay by the lady.
I'm so sorry. I seem to have misunderstood. This is incredibly embarrassing.
Listen, I talked to your parents, okay? So put on this hat and put on what is it called?
Apron?
Put on this apron and follow my lead. Actually, I have 2 employees who you're going to be shadowing today, okay? Goodbye. No?
Oh well.
No? I'm leaving. I'll be in my office. He walks to the back. He's like an angry, like 25-year-old who doesn't want to be babysitting you. Who's like 13. With your butler, you. And you go out to the front, and you see Arcturus and Lauren's character, who are you're supposed to be, shadowing them.
Oi, you and Grandpa, can I guess I'll show you both how to use the fryer?
I'm so.
Is this like a take your daughter to work situation?
I need to call someone. Rowan's. Rowan's, where's my phone? Rowan's.
It's here, miss. Please calm down.
And she'll
Pulls it out of his bag.
she'll like pull off her glove.
So you're
She got a
calling
glove on.
She'll pull off her glove to start start calling.
Who are you calling?
A parent.
Are you calling a sub? Because we've got a few people waiting in line. Oh, now it's changing.
People waiting in line. Oh, she's from Texas now.
Yeah, this is the Texas
He's from
branch.
Texas. It's the Texas branch. Oh my god.
It's a Texas branch in London.
Yeah.
Feels like I do a great American accent.
Yes.
Do you?
Miss, I would advise you your parents gave you strict instructions to work here today.
But I don't want to.
Come now. It must be done.
But how long?
It was just for 1 hour. That's it. I require your phone, miss.
Well, she'll just stand like that.
They
And
knew
she'll
you
wait for
could...
someone to put the apron on her.
Oh,
What does that? What does that mean?
This, and she'll throw the apron at you.
Rowan's is like, she requires you to dress her.
Oh, I do not. I don't get paid enough for this. Here, you put this on her.
He takes it, puts it over her head, and wraps it around her waist.
So, the garbage bins are full. It's an easy job. You just take the bag and you put it in the bin. You take the bag and you'll hold like 2 hefty bags and put it in the bin.
I see. The thing is,
Oh,
You see this like 5'0" woman kind of walk out of the back, and she's just like, I think she's about to have an aneurysm.
oh man.
I'm so sorry. Do you two come here every day?
No, this is my vacation away from home. Yes, I'm here every day.
By choice.
Well, technically we get Sundays off.
That is nice.
That's 1 day a week.
Yeah.
How sorry, and she'll pull up a chair and then pat the bar, sort of like the fish bar sort of thing for you guys to pull up chairs too, and she'll sort of take a seat, and she's like, and how many hours a day do you spend here?
Upwards of 40.
You do see that there's someone who's waiting to order. I've been waiting here for. Excuse me.
Lev, I'll get you in just a second. We're dealing with something here.
There's another one open down the road. Sort of say absent-mindedly, over her.
She's indignant. What?
Listen, I've worked here for 10 years. He's not gonna fire me now.
10 years in the same place every day, apart from Sundays, of course, as you've already said.
Well, yeah.
And it smells like this every day.
Well, sometimes it smells worse.
Yeah, something got in the deep fryer last time.
Oh,
I think it was a bird. We cleaned it. It's fine.
Yeah, you hardly notice it.
The manager does come out. What are you doing?
What
the hell is going on?
You told us to work with her. We're trying to teach her how to do
You're
things.
sitting down. I can see from the cameras. And there's someone Miss, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What can I get you? He's like...
I'll sort of come forward and I'll sort of to the customer and I'll be like, I'm sincerest apologies. I'm new here. It's my first day. I can be quite a bit fussy-headed behind the tills, numbers. It's just not my forte. I needed some extra. How do you say? Some extra help. What can I get for you?
The manager leaned down. I don't give a damn if it's your first day.
I'll go up and like this guy's taller than me, but I'll grab his shoulder and like shove him up to the side and I'll be like, "Piss off, Robert."
Okay. She gets away with this because she's my cousin. I swear to God, if we weren't family. He walks off.
Yeah, and Nan will have your ass if she hears you talking about that. Come on, it's a reason that the sign out there says Nans.
Yeah. Oh,
you're not Nan.
Oh,
so fuck off.
Oh. He rushes off to the office and slams the door.
What a fucking nonce.
The customer's like, can I get like order number 1 and full order, please? Thank you. This is really awkward for me.
She just smiles and
my
just
lunch break.
She just sort of smiles and just turns to the other two.
I'll get it set. I'll turn to the deep fryers and begin getting the fish and chips ready.
Yeah. I'll walk up to like, I'm assuming it's kind of like a computer system. I'll be like,
Yeah.
Look, she wants the number 1. You just click the number 1. It's gonna automatically charge everything. You say, cash or card.
She literally just like, but it's like so slowly. It's.
Okay, that's number 2.
She's expecting like like sort of touch screens at like really high-end department stores.
Mm-hmm.
That's the touch screen she's expecting. This is like a greasy,
yeah,
like touch screen for a cash register. So she's like pressing
more
buttons wrong, and she's like trying to like like backspace, but it's not,
Yeah, okay, you gotta do it like you mean it. Come on, and like you see that she reaches over and she just like
oh my goodness. Oh,
and the 1 goes through and it rings it up.
A bit of belly into it.
I don't. The customer's like, I don't think it's supposed to be £29. I
looks at. Oh,
it's
sorry,
one fish and chip. How much would it cost?
She charged like 3 times for extra chips. Hold on. Let me eliminate some of this.
There we go. Okay, that looks correct now.
Oh,
Here's my card.
Yeah.
Hands your card to you.
All right, I'm sure you know how to use a credit card. You just swipe it.
Yeah.
Are you talking to the customer?
No. To Felicity. Like, I'm sure you know how to use a card. Come on.
She like puts her glove back on, like before she takes it. Swipes. With a really nice flourish. Like, it looks good. Like,
That's a practice flourish.
It's a practice flourish. And then she's like, she like gives it back and she's like, and then she looks at you and she gives a nod like, I know how to do that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. And then he'll turn around and go to...
So, I'll come in with a tray of kind of the greasy number 1. I'll hand it to Felicity, and it's almost dripping on the edges.
Oh God. It just came out of the fryer.
Just on the fryer.
There's like 3 orders of extra fries.
Yeah, you didn't get the memo.
Is that
like,
my? I didn't.
She like start like wrapping the stuff, but it's like she doesn't want to touch it, so it's like
No, yeah, the customer's like, oh no, this is for here. This is not to go. Don't wrap it, please. I'll just take it. I know it's your first day, darling. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. And she'll just
It's okay. Don't look so scared. The customer takes the tray, goes to sit down by the window.
And then she'll like turn and look at you both, and she's like, "Ah!"
Well, one customer down on the.
There is a line. There is a line.
Has it been an hour yet?
No, it's been like 10 minutes. You've still got 7 hours and 50 minutes to go.
No. I was told I was here for an hour.
Well, lucky you.
Hour passes, and your mother actually pops in to see how you're doing. She goes, "Oh, sweetie, how you doing, my honey?"
Mama! Oh, she'll like run. You know, like underneath the...
She goes, "Were you the best in class?"
She'll like go to hug. She'll like go to hug, and then stop. She'll on second thought, I won't, because you don't want all of this all over you.
Oh,
I have been the best in class, Mama. You should see me. I've been using the cash register, and I've been giving out all of the change and all the coins. I know we don't use those; we use notes. But
yes.
I've been weighing them out, and I've been giving them out. You know.
She says, I'm so proud of you, my baby.
Thank you so much, Mama. And then she'll. And then she'll do the little like
Yes, the kisses, and then she walks up to the two employees. Oh, tell me about my darling. How was she today? Absolutely brilliant. Yes.
I will give a shout out to my
She did great.
I knew it! Oh my
best employee we've had all year, I'd say.
Oh, you are ready for the real world. I told your father. I told him. Okay, come now. An hour is long enough. Yes?
Is this the fish and chip shop that you worked in before you went to Pinehurst?
No, mine's down the way.
Oh, you must show me one day.
I will show you one day. Maybe in the future. We don't have time now. We must go shopping for your clothes. In America?
Pinehurst!
She takes you out, and Rollins is there, kind of exasperated, as he's been waiting that whole hour for you. He follows behind.
And then, like, to the two of you, she's sort of just like, ta-ta, thank you so much for all your help. Like, polite enough, but it is very clear she did not. I don't think she even asked your names. Like, you are, you know.
They go back to their very regular lives.
I'm gonna take my lunch early.
As one employee is on their 10th year at the fish and chip.
It's her Nan's, obviously.
It is. It's Nan, so you gotta work that.
The fact that you like it's called Nan's for a reason, and I was like, the fact that I've been to like 7 fish and chip shops called Nan's.
This is a very specific Nan's.
It's so good.
Yeah.
You knew.
Okay. So real quick, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then when we come back, we're going to head into Foundry and just do the basis of choosing theme books and all that good stuff. Okie dokie.
Woot woot. All right.
Excited.
Okay.